Have you always wondered how some people could have incredible charisma, attract anyone into their life, and just have amazing confidence and self-esteem? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you 8 ways to boost your confidence, your self-esteem, and create incredible energy to attract anyone into your life, whether that's a significant other or whether that's just new friends or creating an incredible social life and boost your skills. Interested? All right, check this out. Hey, it's Felipe Yanez, founder of the Social Buddha Method. And in today's video, I'm going to show you 8 ways to boost your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and get everything out of life, as well as how to create courage to take massive action to change your life. All right, tip number 1 is get to know yourself. Know what kind of negative self-talk you might be having at this moment. It might have to do with a specific area that you're trying to work on, whether it's dating, social skills, whatever it is. For instance, if it is social skills, you want to figure out what you're thinking about when you are in a social situation, perhaps at an event, perhaps you are simply out and about at a bar or a coffee shop or something, and you always feel anxiety, or it's hard for you to start conversations with people. Whatever it is, write down what you're thinking about in your head, as well as what always happens to you. What is your negative situation currently? I always talk to people, but they always reject me, or I talk to women if you're a guy and I always get rejected. Whatever that is that's negative, write it down. On tip number 7 that's coming up later in the video, I'm going to be showing you how to flip this whole story and empower yourself to have incredible confidence and project a vibe that just naturally attracts the man or woman of your dreams, as well as just simply an energy that simply is about inspiring others and creating the positive reactions you want from people and from life. All right, tip number 2 is detachment. Now, this is a big concept in regards to how impactful it can be on your life. The reason why it's so powerful and so incredibly important is because when you begin to be attached to something, it creates negativity, it creates a scarcity, and it creates neediness with you. And so when you start wanting something, you're communicating to the universe that you don't have it, as well as your actions and your habits and your body language and everything you communicate is a little bit low self-esteem in regards to needing something, needing validation, that kind of stuff. So for example, in the area of socializing or dating, when you go up to people, when you start a conversation, if you're coming from a place of needing validation, sex, a relationship, marriage, whatever it is that you're wanting, if you're coming from that place, you're going to come in from a very low point, low status point, and also people are likely not going to react the best to you. They're going to feel your energy that you want something, as well as your anxiety is going to be higher. So what do? You want to realize what things you're attached to when you are in certain situations. So for example, let's say when you go out to, as a guy perhaps, you go out to get laid, or you go out to meet someone for a relationship, whatever it is, or even simply to get a good reaction from people. These are things that you're still wanting, and so you let go of it and change the reason why you go out. You go out simply to have a good time. And so that should be the purpose, and this will alleviate a lot of your anxiety. A lot of the fear that you have has to do with getting rejected, aka not getting validated. So that's very important when you are actually taking action and when you are being this confident guy. Let go of the outcome. Another thing I do want to mention in regards to this is that it doesn't mean you don't go after your goals. It means that you are now shifting things from being attached and not taking action like many people do. Many people are completely, emotional about a goal, and they want to have it. They want to have it immediately. But instead of changing their story, and like I'm going to teach you later, and having it already, feeling like you have it already, and going after it massively and commit in a committed way, they are not committed, they're not taking action, and they're completely attached to it. The opposite of what works. So who you want to be is a person who's completely committed taking massive action towards your goals, towards your vision of reality in your life, but could care less if it happens. Completely detached from the outcome. Here's one final point in regards to detachment that I think is very important to mention. Let go of identifying or attaching the value of who you are to how much money you have in your bank account, your sex life, or your dating life, or your relationships, or what kind of partner you have, or if you have a partner or you don't have a partner that you feel that you haven't achieved something. So let go of those expectations and start focusing simply on living life, being in the moment, having fun, and just doing things for the hell of it. And being committed to those goals completely, but not attaching your value as a person to those goals or to those results. All right, tip number 3. Tip number 3 has to do with body language. So what is your body language saying about you? Now, you probably have heard that, body language is like 80-90% of communication, and that everything, nonverbal rather, is communicated through nonverbal signs and everything, not what you're actually saying. So even more importantly is how your body language communicates, and your body communicates to your mind. So here's the point. I know you've heard of that communication is, most of the communication is nonverbal, but it's also the same for your mind. So you can actually begin to change your mind and your emotions depending on how you use your body. So for example, if you're a little bit more, closed off and you're adopting that kind of posture or that body language, or you're frowning or whatever it is, as opposed to just being excited and that kind of stuff. And I'm going to talk about this, by the way, when I talk about in terms of changing your story and doing affirmations. You want to use your body to get excited. And so let's say you have an interview, maybe you have a job interview coming up, and you might not be doing this at the interview, but you want to do it before you get to the interview. You want to pump yourself up with your body, or you have an event, for example, you're going to go on a date. You want to bring the best energy there. So how do you do it? You anchor it with your body. You begin to really shift your energy and your vibe and your mindset, as well as your mood with your body. Begin smiling more, begin to get excited and that kind of stuff. And so this is a way to shift not only your mood, but your mindset, especially if you're doing this on a regular basis, which is what I'm going to be talking about in the later part of this video, about creating a powerful routine to create empowering confidence. Another tip worth mentioning in regards to body language is a visualization of someone that you admire. I've done this in the past where I visualize someone that I admire for their confidence, their social skills, or how powerfully they show up, or perhaps do presentations in front of people, different things like that. And I begin to close my eyes and envision them, how they move, how they speak, how they stare, how fast they move, how slow they move, and different things like that. And then I begin to imagine them fusing into my own being and begin to embody their body language and the way they present themselves, as well as the way they are. So it'll shift your mindset, it'll shift your mood, it'll shift your confidence levels very, very fast if you do that as well. And you will begin to adopt a new body language and a new way of being as well. All right, the 4th tip on building incredible confidence and self-esteem is stepping outside your comfort zone and living there. It's basically courage. So it's great to have some great affirmations. It's great to begin to shift your limiting beliefs, as well as to begin to let go of attachments mentally. However, you also want to test this new reality and begin to solidify your character and your confidence by taking massive action in things that you're perhaps currently or in the past have been afraid to do. For example, for social skills, one of the best things that you can start doing that will improve your confidence but also open up so many doors is begin speaking to strangers. Maybe you have a number of strangers that you want to talk to every day. Let's say it's 2, let's say it's 5, whatever it is. You simply begin saying hello to them, or if you're at a coffee shop, starting a conversation, how's your day? Those kind of small steps are gigantic in regards to your confidence, as well as that you never know who you're gonna meet. You don't know if that person that you're going to meet is going to lead to everything you've always wanted in your life. Social capital, and this is very important, by the way, beyond the social confidence aspect, is I've heard so many stories from people that I've coached, from friends, as well as things that I've experienced myself, where you begin to meet new people and they end up being the solution to a problem. They end up being a year later, 2 years later, the reason why you went to study abroad for free, for example. That's a story that I have from a friend of mine that told it to me from just talking to strangers. So it's super powerful to do that. Again, stepping outside your comfort zone is up to you, depending on what what it means to you, is what I'm saying. So it could be if you just had a breakup, it could be going on dates, it could be doing presentations if you want to focus on improving your confidence professionally. Whatever it is, begin to do that on a freaking daily basis and stick to it. You might have some initial bumps along the road, but keep going, because this is not about the results. Again, detachment to outcome. This is about building character and who you're being because of this, the transformation. Because not only do people react to you, but life reacts to you, and you attract not just what you're thinking, but who you're being. So keep that in mind. All right, point number 5 is focus on giving, on helping. That is your sole purpose. You begin to align your actions and everything that you're thinking about when it comes to your goals and everything in terms of what kind of an impact you can have on people. So let's say with confidence, when you're building confidence, think about it that you're building confidence to inspire others to be confident as well. Think about it when you're building social skills, that you're building social skills so you can, have an impact on people when you show up and, give them a smile, basically improve their day, improve their life maybe, and that sort of thing, to spread the good energy and the good vibes. That is the reason why you begin to become more confident and improve your social skills. And you want to let go of those agendas, put it in the back burner in terms of, like, as a guy, maybe you're going out and you're like, well, I want to get laid. Remove that. That should be in the back burner. Just go out to have a great time and help people connect, maybe introduce people to each other, help people break out of their shell, again, improve their day, give them a smile, give them a good laugh, maybe throw in some jokes, or even the gift of listening. So these are the things that you want to switch from getting to giving. And so that is incredibly important, not only because it'll alleviate, kind of like the detachment part, a lot of your anxiety, but also you can't be rejected. You are just there to give. And so if someone reacts a little bit weird, not your deal. Also, the level that you will show up at would be so much freaking higher that people will feel compelled to treat you incredibly well. Many times they just give you free shit all the time. You show up at a coffee shop or you show up at a bar and people would just give you stuff because you have this energy of giving, positivity, and confidence. So again, the reactions are going to be affected by you beginning to shift your focus from getting to giving. Make sense? All right. Point number 6, this is a quick one. Simply create an environment of positivity. What does that mean? Does it mean just creating new affirmations and, that kind of stuff? Yeah, but more importantly, begin to really only spend time with people that are enriching your life in terms of energy. I don't mean just in terms of like business opportunities or dating opportunities. I mean people that are genuinely have your back and genuinely are interested in your success, as well as they're there to contribute to your energy, basically. So positive people. Any other negative people, whether that's family or friends, limit that time or cut off some friendships. Limit the time with family if you have some negative family members. Begin to bring in mentors and coaches into your life that can help you, shift focus, shift mindset right away and move forward faster. As well as begin reading more books on how to improve yourself. So again, this is about environment, creating an empowering and a positive environment. Realize this. I'm sure you've heard that thoughts become things. And it's absolutely true. Not only are you creating through your thoughts, but you're also you take action in regarding what you're thinking and your habits and everything and your emotional state is based on your thoughts. Definitely true. But also, your thoughts also get projected onto other people. So people begin to treat you how you think you should be treated. Many times that's not conscious. Many times it's subconscious, limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, whether it's low self-esteem or low confidence, or maybe you have some issues around, I don't know, your height, your weight, the way you look, your personality, whatever that is. Those things get projected onto people, and that's how people begin to treat you. So when you begin to really recognize a lot of these negative beliefs and stories, realize that they are true for you at this moment because you've convinced yourself of this story. In addition, realize that you have complete control, aka responsibility, in regards to this power that you have of creation, of transformation, and of projecting this incredible energy. So once you know that, you can move forward and create a new story, create a new way of being that I'll be teaching you in this video later on step number 7. All right, point number 7 is the one that I'm most excited about in regards to your mindset. I love the idea of giving and detachment, as well as taking massive action. But in regards to your mindset, this is the thing that is going to have the biggest impact, and in a way is actually going to encompass all the other tips, if you will. So with this tip is, what this is about is you're going to write down, basically in a piece of paper, you're going to write down your negative story, your situation. I know it's a little bit bright, but hopefully you can see it. So you're gonna write down, for example, I always get rejected when I approach women, or I can't keep a guy, or I always attract this kind of guy, or perhaps it's like, I can't start conversations, I get shy, I have social anxiety, or have anxiety in general. Whatever issues you're looking to solve or that you want to overcome, you want to write them down here. Any thoughts that come up, any negative thoughts like, I feel fat, or I feel insecure because I'm short, or I feel insecure because I have that weird laugh, or whatever it is, anything negative that you want to begin to overcome, or in whatever area. Maybe you start with the dating aspect, maybe you start with your confidence and about yourself, or both. You write them down over here, and then on the other side, you're gonna write down the complete opposite. So for example, if you say, I can't start conversations with strangers, and I don't know what to say next, or things like that, you would just say, I'm always starting conversations with strangers and I always know what to say next. Basically the opposite. Now, if you want to take it a step further, first of all, you're going to rip this up, and then the left part, you're going to burn it. You're going to just throw it away or burn it. It has a psychological effect on you that it tells you, your mind basically, that you are done with that story and you're done with that situation. So anyway, you burn it, you throw it away, and you keep the other side. And the other side, you can rewrite it, but shoot for the fence, if you will, in terms of how ridiculous you want to put in your story. So for example, I can't talk to strangers could be, I love talking to strangers, and in fact, I'm having to end the interactions first because they won't stop talking, and they're always approaching me. I feel like a celebrity, that kind of stuff. You've had years and years of practicing negative self-talk, and so you need something that's really is going to jolt you, some very extreme positive self-talk that will get you to a point where you're just comfortable and confident everywhere you go. So it might sound arrogant going in, but again, it's the energy and the vibe that you're going to project that's going to feel just comfortable and abundant, as opposed to arrogant. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, when it comes to your story, when it comes to this, once you've written it in the positive, you want to begin to say it every day in front of the mirror. Again, you want to use your body behind it, get excited, maybe visualize it together, or say your story and then visualize it, whatever works best. But you want to say it and do it every single day for at least 30 days. But I've been doing this for years and I still do it every single day. I don't miss a day. Preferably you do it twice a day, but if you do it once a day, it's going to have some incredible impacts on your life, your confidence, your social skills, your dating experience. And so, try that. And let's go on to the next tip. All right, tip number 8. This is an incredible one because it has to do with gratitude. Now, gratitude, I'm sure you've heard of this in regards to kind of self-help and all that kind of stuff. And so as a routine, you want to perhaps meditate in the morning, and then, you do your affirmations or your story, and then go into what you're grateful for. Begin to appreciate the things that you're taking for granted. Perhaps things that if you didn't have them, like health, family, food, shelter, very simple yet essential things, that if you didn't have them, they would create a big negative impact in your life. So appreciate that, as well as other things that are going well for you in your life and for yourself. Appreciate things about yourself. I love the way I look. I love this. I'm grateful for, for the fact that I'm smart. Whatever it is that you would be grateful for, begin to be grateful about your life, the people in your life, yourself, and so on. So again, that is a way to really improve your confidence. And other than that, I gave you 8 tips that shift your mindset all the way to your body, all the way to your actions. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, again, put them down below. If you like this video, again, thumbs up, and as well as subscribe and hit the bell button so you can get notifications when we put out these videos, which will be every week, as well as share it with a friend if you think they can benefit from this. All right, we'll see you on the next video.